Welcome in. Thanks for joining us for the latest WHHI Daily News, where we strive to bring you more Lowcountry news more often. I'm Bob Stevens, with stories about transportation by sea, by air, by land, and by drone. It is not a mirage that Hilton Head beachgoers are seeing on the horizon, but huge cargo ships lining up to get into the port of Savannah. Ships are waiting an average of 8 days to get into the port, which is now the 4th busiest in the U.S., at least according to the port, following L.A., Newark, New Jersey, and Long Beach, California. Before the pandemic, Savannah was processing between 100 and 120,000 containers from ships at a time. By last fall, that number had grown to 215,000. It's now 265,000. Port officials say they hope things will settle down before the end of the year. Hilton Head's airport expansion is getting closer to being funded. New federal grants announced this week have the funding total from the FAA and Department of Transportation up to over $21 million now. When added to $12 million from the state and a couple of million from the county, that has the airport, by my math, about $35 million of the way toward the $53 million estimated to be needed to triple the terminal size, add more jetways, a new baggage claim area, and more parking. Construction can begin before all of that happens. It could begin by the end of the year, in fact. Will likely take 3 years to complete. That'll give the airport some breathing room to find the extra money it needs. If you've been driving on the Island Parkway on Hilton Head, you're probably wondering when the state will finally pave over the areas where the old toll booths used to stand. The State Department of Transportation hoping to get the process done overnight by late October. The booths were, of course, removed in May. In the meantime, the orange barrels are maybe a nice welcome to the island for visitors from places like Ohio, where they also bloom in the summer. The Jasper County Sheriff's Office is looking for a person who tried to drop contraband into the Ridgeland Correctional Institution with a drone earlier in the week. Deputies noticed a white Infiniti parked along I-95 near the prison early in the week with a man inside, flying a drone toward the prison. When they turned on their lights and sirens, the car sped away. The chase down the interstate got up to over 100 miles an hour before the Infiniti crashed near exit 28. The driver did get away on foot. A search of the car found bags of marijuana, tobacco, and cell phones worth over $300,000 to those inside the prison. For more information on these and other Lowcountry stories, visit the sources listed on your screen. Let's talk weather for the weekend and then through the early part of next week with Maria Soden.
Thanks, Bob. All right, so taking a look ahead, it does look like we're going to have some great weather this weekend, and enjoy it now because it does look like the storms are coming back next week. Saturday, it's going to be sunny with Hilton Head having a high of 89, a low of 79. Bluffton's got a high of 93, a low of 77, and Beaufort's got a high of 95 and a low of 78. Come Sunday, it's going to be partly cloudy with Hilton Head having a high of 89, a low of 79. Bluffton's got a high of 94, a low of 77, and Beaufort's got a high of 95 and a low of 77. The sunrise for this weekend is going to be at 6:36 and sunset's going to be at 8:21. Taking a look at the beach tides, Saturday, high tide's going to be 11:01 a.m. and low tide's going to be at 6:20 p.m. And then come Sunday, high tide's going to be at 11:42 a.m. and low tide's going to be at 7 p.m. Taking a look into next week, Monday it's going to be partly cloudy with highs in the 90s and lows in the 70s. Come Tuesday, it's going to be partly cloudy in the morning. Then we're going to see some scattered thunder showers throughout the afternoon and possibly into the evening with highs in the 90s and lows in the 70s. And then come Wednesday, it's going to be partly cloudy in the morning with scattered thunder showers throughout the afternoon with highs in the 90s and lows in the 70s. That's it for today. Let's head it back to the desk.
Thanks, Maria. When we come back, another Maria. County Treasurer Maria Walls joins us to talk about your upcoming taxes and also to talk about why the Hilton Head office still has not opened since COVID. Stay with us.